Hey everyone, how you doing? This is a huge blog about talking about a few movies. Probably gonna talk about 5 movies in this. I'm gonna talk about Weapon. I already reviewed it, but this is a review. Um, yeah, because I want to do Weapon review as this. Just talk about different films I saw. I'm gonna talk about Superman, the new Superman movie. I'm gonna talk about Sinners again. I'm going to talk about Toxic Avenger and Predator also as an added bonus, which I posted on the shorts, what I think of it. Um, let's talk about the Toxic Avenger first, the remake. I had low expectations for this movie. Didn't even care for it, honestly, but I was planning on seeing it anyway. And I'm glad I did, because I was surprised how high the expectation was after all now. Because this movie was actually a good remake, man. I actually enjoyed it. Peter Dinklage proved me wrong. I mean, I forgive him for the Snow White comment now. Because I'm going to let that pass. But, yeah, he was really good as the Toxic Avenger. Because I didn't expect for... Because, you want the Toxic Avenger to be a big guy, not a midget. Let's be real, a dwarf, whatever. But he did a good job, acting-wise, everything. Like, playing himself as the character. Playing the Toxic Avenger. Well, he wasn't actually the Toxic Avenger in the suit. It was a different actor, but the actor was a good person playing the Toxic Avenger too. But he dubbed the voice, of course. But yeah, they really made the movie their own, and it was bloody and gory. Like how it was just like how the Trauma Toxic Avenger was. It was like that same style, the same sense of humor, the same witness with the gangs and stuff, how they look, and they had their own version of the gangs in this one too, of course. Kevin Bacon did a great job as the main villain. Yeah, I was shocked though how good this movie was. I enjoyed it, and I kind of like the dynamics of the relationship he had with his son. That was the main factor of the story. That he had a kid, and when he becomes a Toxic Avenger, he's trying to like help his kid out, like to believe in himself. And I thought it was a great dynamics, man. It worked. It was just, if you like the first Toxic Avenger movie, you'll love this one. I mean, they did a great job, man. I was surprised. Now I'll also talk about Predator War, which is like a best way to describe this movie is like Jurassic Park meets Apocalypse Now. It's like a war movie that you grew up in the 80s, like those type of crazy war movies, or in the late 70s. I would say like Apocalypse Now, movies like Platoon. Yeah, add format jacket, add that, and put some dinosaurs in it. That's what you get with Predator War. You got these guys that are sent on a mission. I think one of the soldiers died, like a group of military died, and they gotta find out what's going on. They found that the Russians created this, I don't know, it was some kind of device about dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs are just roaming the earth in Vietnam. Yeah, it's crazy, right? And it's like Jurassic Park pretty much, but with military soldiers. And it's a throwback because we've seen dinosaur movies before this one. And like, especially during the 90s, you get that vibe, like you get that 90s vibe with this movie. And you got how the military soldiers working with this Russian female scientist, and they have to stop the Russians, and they plan about creating like this dinosaur world. And Jimmy Pivens, I mean, he's more of a talking role in this movie, kind of like how you see Eric Roberts in these straight to digital format movies. He's kind of like in that format. But you see Jimmy Piven later fighting the dinosaurs with helping the soldiers out. The dinosaurs, I mean, the special effects of the dinosaurs were pretty good. This is not a PG-13 movie, I'll tell you right now. It is bloody and gory. These dinosaurs do kill. And I thought this movie was fun, man. Predator was definitely fun throwback. Enjoyed this movie. I'm going to talk about Weapon. Now, Weapon, I don't know, man. It was hype around this movie. And I thought the movie was alright. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I was kind of. They made this movie about these kids that missing, and you find out that this movie is like sort of like an anthology, I would say, about the first person view of each character, how they come in dealing with the situation of these kids missing their town, how the teachers dealing with, how the principals dealing with his story. You got the drug dealer story. You got the father of one of the kids that's missing story, and you get the story about the surviving kid that was the only one in the class story, and it kind of made more sense of who was doing it, like how the kids got kidnapped, how they were being controlled. You find out it was like this witch lady, and it was like, to me, it was, I didn't feel like it was all that, because it's like kind of confused me. Like, I saw this movie already with this type of character, and it kind of reminds me of the movie Longlegs, the way the witch woman is and the way the style of this movie was. But I mean, the acting was super good, man. I'm not gonna lie, of course it was, but still, I mean, there was some loopholes in this movie, and there've been rules about doing a prequel, so to explain more about the witch's background and why she's doing this. And one of my friends told me explain a bit more why this witch woman wanted the kids. So it kind of like I was saying made sense. But Weapon, I thought it was a good movie, but I didn't think it was like all that in my opinion. But yeah, it's no. I mean, I enjoyed Barbarian more, to be honest with the same actor. And now we're gonna talk about Superman. And Superman, at first I was on and off about it, but then when I see it the second time around, I ended up liking it. Excuse me. And I can see why James Gunn did it his way, and why he had to make the changes. I thought that was pretty cool. Hey, sorry, I got cut off. I was talking about Superman, so this is actually the continuation of that, so I apologize. Anyway, so I thought Superman was good, but it's not epic as the original Superman with Christopher Reeve. But it was enjoyable. He made more of a comic book movie, where a comic book should be. Like, that's what a lot of reviews are talking about, and I have to agree. It's like when you open the pages of a comic book and you just, the action is taking you right there. You just want the action. And that's what James Gunn delivered. It was just nothing but action in this movie, and there was drama and stuff, but the action did blow me away. I actually like Krypto the dog. I mean, it took me away from enjoying this movie. You got Lex Luthor. He hated Superman, and you find he got this plot that how he kidnaps people that gets in the way of the government, or gets it in his way pretty much. He puts them in this portal world, this dimension, and I find that kind of interesting. That's typical comic book plot, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Superman. I thought the guy did a good job with Superman. And you got a cast of characters. I actually like Guy Gardner in this one, the Guy Gardner Green Lantern. I was never a fan of it in the comic book, but it seemed like live action in this movie, I actually liked it in, you know. Yeah, and you got this evil Superman. Spoiler: he does have a twin in this movie. The guy in the armor was actually an evil Superman that he cloned. So it kind of explained how this guy could actually kick Superman's ass. And yeah, Superman is vulnerable in this movie, which is understandable why. Cause it's like your 90s Superman, when they gotta make him more like human-like, like not overpower him. Say, hey, he could be relatable and stuff. There was massive changes in this movie, especially with his parents, why they sent him to Earth, which is gonna be like a shocker to some people, which I don't want to spoil that part. Yeah, but I had to find. I said you had to see this movie a second time around, or a third time around, or fourth, so to get it molded and get thinking like, okay, do you really hate this movie? Because at first I didn't like it, because it was like the geek in me got in the way of it. And like I said, when I seen it again, it kind of opened my eyes a little bit more. I was like, yeah, you know what, I can understand this now. And now the next one, I'm going to talk about Sinners. Sinners, I enjoy this movie. Great acting. It is a horror drama movie, but if you're expecting like fast-paced horror like Dust Till Dawn, you're not going to get it with this movie. I mean, there are vampires that do play out in this movie, especially you get the vampire part towards the end. But honestly, it wasn't really all that as people may think it is. And you find out who the real villain is in this movie later, with the KKK towards the end. That scene that you see in the trailer, yeah, that's towards the end, man. But the end credit, but overall the movie was good because the acting was just damn good, man. Everyone did a good job. I like the story, and I like Ryan Coogler. He wanted to make it more of a message movie about music and culture and the history of the South during that era. And I feel like he did a fantastic job on that, man. I really did enjoy Sinners. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, when I see this movie again, I mean, I will see it again here and there, but not like how I see Fright Night, the original, constantly, like a replay value-wise. I will just see it here and there, honestly, for the good acting. But a lot of people say this movie is overrated. This movie, to me, is not overrated because I understand what this director was going for. And there are people out there that didn't understand this movie for that reason. I think most people wanted like that fast-paced, just so dawn, but that old blood type of horror. But But at the end of the day, I did find myself enjoying this movie for what it was. Anyway, that's my opinion of all those movies. Over and out.